minutes. Oh, John, there you are. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Minutes approved.
Finally woke up.
All right, Mr. Holmes, resolution authorizing payment of flood insurance for the river market.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon. This is our flood insurance renewal for both building and contents for Tuscaloosa River Market. The premium in last year was $9,653. The quote this year is $11,423. That is a $1,770 increase from last year. That is roughly 15–16%ish. This is part of the National Flood Insurance Program. It's really the only insurance that will cover us where we are.
Only one.
Sort of makes it easy, huh?
The choice is to insure your building and contents on the river or not insure.
Or not,
it.
yeah, that's
I think we should.
Motion.
seconds.
I'll
sorry.
second.
I'm sorry.
You're the chair.
Oh, I forget this. There's 3 meets, so less.
Yeah.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Motion carried. And Mr. Holmes?
Yes, sir. We do have one other item that will be coming up for renewal before the next time this insurance and policy committee or insurance and litigation committee meets, which will be on July the 29th. This next premium actually renews that day. It is our professional liability insurance for our EMT home health. This is what covers Chief Bond's guys when they go in, if they need to administer some sort of medication, meet with somebody. They do a great job. That premium last year was $8,496. I would expect, as we have seen typically, probably a 10–15% increase. Obviously, we will know once we get that quote in. It is still 3 months out, so it's too early for a quote now. What I will do, as we've done in the past, is I'll bring it before Finance Committee once we have that quote in.
That will be okay with me.
Yep.
Beyond that, I will go ahead and walk y'all through just briefly so you kind of have an idea of what we're looking at for this committee. On the July 29th meeting, we will potentially have either nothing or have our animal mortality for police dogs insurance. That is not one that this committee has heard before because it has fallen below the $5,000 threshold to need to come to you. The 2024 premium on that was $4,585. So potentially that will click up above the $5,000 threshold and come before this committee.
Chief's not in, but can you remind us what a dog costs?
Somewhere,
$30,000
yeah,
was the package?
$30,000.
Well, what do we get? So if a dog dies, we get 30 grand?
We get
Bond.
money, yes, sir. And this actually covers that we have used.
Okay.
So.
How many dogs do we have?
The ones that are covered under this policy for 2024, 2025,
Probably both.
I have, as I told Chief, there wasn't anything PD related, then I went into this. That's my fault. Thomas, Mary, Nails, and Leo are the ones I have covered in this one.
4.
And that one recently retired, right? Or is that-
I'm not
And
certain,
then we're
sir.
getting what, I know we had to approve a donation for yet another one coming.
Yeah.
It's gonna be five.
Okay.
We had, so with that, the donation of that one is for one that is retiring.
Okay.
So one will come off his list and one will go on his list.
Oh, okay. So it'd still be four.
There is also an insurance and litigation, sorry, I can't get the committee name right, September 30th. You will hear either at that meeting or potentially before then our stop-loss health insurance that expires on September 30th, so you'll probably hear it beforehand. Engineers professional liability, which expires on October 1st, you'll probably hear it before then. Police officer firefighter supplemental retirement plan insurance, as well as helicopter liability and physical insurance. So those are kind of the next ones coming up within the next 6 months or so.
So, Mayor, do we have a timeline as we talked about downsizing aviation assets? I know it was tied somewhat to the drone contract that we had to approve terminating last week, right?
Yes, sir. Assuming pods go online as we project sometime this fall, we will complete the football season, and then the closing of the divisions would be December 31st.
Okay.
You know, I was just thinking about our deal with the drones as was at the courthouse last week and seeing all the scaffolding and the men going window to window, cleaning all their windows at the courthouse.
I presume if we drop the helicopters in the middle of the policy, we'll get money back?
We will work on that in advance of renewing the policy, so we will hopefully be able to renew for a shorter term. So that's not something we've gone down with the insurance company. So, but that's kind of what you'll see in the next 6 months or so.
Okay, and I appreciate, again, that kind of 6 months looking out, have the headlights, looking out what's going on.
And I do want to give kudos to Christina Houghton in OCA who does an incredible job of taking the always moving committee.
She's the Stucky to keep track of
She is
that.
the one that keeps all the policy renewal dates in line, so we know what's coming up. As you recall, when I first took over this position, these things just kind of popped up out of nowhere randomly, and we have a really good handle as to what's coming when.
Thank you for that,
All right,
Scott.
thanks.
Is there a motion